and welcome to Raider Sports Radio. We're here with freshman varsity soccer player Ashley Vincent. How are you doing today, Ashley?
Good. How are you?
Good. We have a few questions for you. First of all, how did it feel making the varsity girls soccer team as a freshman?
It was definitely it felt really good. It was a big accomplishment. When we got the emails, he said they would come out at 9. I kept hitting the refresh button to see, and so when I finally got the email, I was really excited.
Right.
So, how are you enjoying playing with the varsity team?
It's really fun. It's a lot different. It's a step up from playing with people my own age, but it pushes me to just become a better soccer player and play at a higher level. So.
All right. And is there really a major difference playing with the varsity girls team rather than with your club team? What are the differences with that?
There's not too many. Mainly just club. When you travel, it's just different rules. You have an itinerary that you have to follow most of the time, and just it's a little bit stricter in terms of what you can and can't do off the field.
Mm-hmm.
But
so when did you start playing soccer?
when I was 3.
Wow. That's really young. I don't even remember when I started playing, and I stopped playing a long time ago. What do you do when you're not playing soccer?
When I'm not playing soccer, I'll probably just be at home, hanging out with friends or horseback riding.
Ooh, horseback riding. That's fun. All right, we have one last question. Actually, can you sign the wall back there? Because that's the special thing we have with our guests. All right, thank you. And that concludes our interview with Ashley Vincent. And welcome back to Raider Sports Radio. I'm Brett Mayerson.
I'm Kedar Carrington.
I'm Sam Mahler.
And we're here to bring you the latest on local professional sports and the high school sports. So first, let's talk about professional sports. This week, the Giants play against the Cowboys at MetLife Stadium. No, not at MetLife Stadium, excuse me, in Dallas. And, and Cowboys are 5-1, Giants are 3-3. The Giants lost a pretty bad one to the Eagles this week, 27-0, a game that everyone thought they were going to probably either win by a close margin or fight pretty hard. So what do you guys think about the Giants coming into this game? Because I know Dallas is a very loud crowd. However, the Giants always usually play well in Dallas for some reason.
Yeah,
so let's get some analysis.
The Giants, up until this past Sunday against Philadelphia, it looked great. Their offense was firing on all cylinders. They looked the best they looked since probably they won the Super Bowl. But I think Dallas is probably a top 3 team in the NFL right now. Yeah. Going into Seattle, it's the toughest environment in the National Football League. They shut up Seattle. Their offensive line is unreal. DeMarco Murray is a beast. And that defense is extremely underrated. They got destroyed by the media in the preseason, and they've done nothing but shut everyone up. So I think Dallas is probably the best team in the entire league right now, and I don't think there's any way the Giants can stop them.
I see a shutout occurring. I don't see the Giants have no chance. I'm sorry, guys.
Back-to-back shutouts.
Yeah, it's just gonna
not
happen.
good for Giant fans.
I don't see a shutout because you think about the Cowboys. And their defense, yes, you say it's a little underrated, but they do give up a lot of points.
They do.
Especially against the Giants. They always give up a lot of points against the Giants.
Yeah.
And the Giants, the last time they were in Dallas, they won. So you're thinking about that, and the Giants usually, they play really well in Dallas, so you're thinking Eli always has that bad game. And they said this on the radio a few days ago, that every team has their one bad game. And the Giants can easily come into Dallas and beat Dallas because Dallas is 5-1, but they always have a solid start.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants, even the years where they were good, they had some bad games.
Question is, do the Giants have an answer for DeMarco Murray?
I think that their run defense has looked pretty good. They didn't look so good against LaShawn McCoy, but against some other running backs, they've looked solid. And their pass defense has been pretty good lately. And they actually just signed Kevin Ogletree at receiver because Victor Cruz is out for the season.
Yeah,
so
that's a tough loss.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out because now Odell Beckham Jr.'s got to step up.
Ruben Randall's
got to play even better.
Larry Donnell at tight end.
They got
weapons, but it'll be a true test to see what Eli and that coaching staff can do with this team.
And for some reason, I think Andre Williams is going to have a huge game this week. I have no idea why.
No, I
just
think
because it's
Odell
against.
Beckham. Odell Beckham's going to
I think Odell Beckham's going to go huge this week too, because
Andre Williams.
he's going to realize that they both need to realize that they got to recognize their roles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're gonna both those rookies are gonna step up big this week against Dallas.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the Giants for this one. So the Jets this past week lost a really bad one, 31-17 to the
Yes.
Broncos. What else is new?
Nothing.
Geno Smith threw another interception. Again, that he has not gone a single game without throwing a pick. This one, except for this one, was a pick six by Aqib Talib.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about the Jets. They play tonight against the Patriots.
That, I love divisional games, but the problem this year is almost every single Thursday night game has been a blowout in favor of the home team, and the Jets, coming off that big loss, going into Foxborough, Brady and that offense playing by far the best they've played all season. I think they're going to get torched.
I don't see the Jets doing anything good tonight either. I mean, Geno Smith really, he's totally shown that he might have been a bust of a draft pick.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's-
He looked great in college, but he's just not. I mean, it's early in his career, but
Yeah.
he's just not panning out to
And-
what
yeah.
they thought he was going to be.
And Tom Brady's starting to heat up again because he was in that slump. He's starting to get a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Patriots tonight.
Yeah, I'm
Kedar, what
definitely
about
going to
you?
take the Patriots. I feel like Geno Smith might maybe throw a few touchdowns, but also he'll definitely throw a few picks. So
Yeah. Revis Island.
Yeah.
Revis Island. Oh, God, I always
he's
forget about
gonna-
Revis.
Yep, he's going to be seeking revenge on his former team. He's going to shut him down. Patriots going to win.
Yeah.
Not even close.
it's not.
I don't think it's going to be close at all either. So let's move on to baseball now. The Kansas City Royals
Hey,
are.
my favorite team.
Our boy Sam over here is a huge Royals fan. They are back in the World Series, and the caption on their article is they're partying like it's 1985
Right,
because
been 29 years
last
since the
time
last time.
time they were there. So, Sam, you're a huge Royals fan.
I am. I have been for quite a while. I know it's random. I'm from Jersey, but this year, I feel like they're a team of destiny. I feel their bullpen is just lights out, and coming into the end of the regular season and now going undefeated in every single game in the postseason, I just feel like it's going to be really hard to beat them. They have a pretty solid pitching rotation, and their hitting has just been on fire in the postseason. They got Lorenzo Cain, Daniel CS MVP, Hosmer, Moustakas, Alex Gordon. I mean, whoever they play, whether it's
Can't
the
go wrong
Giants
with
or the
that.
Cardinals, I think the American League, led by the Royals, I think they might go undefeated the entire postseason. They might sweep the World Series too. But
Wow, that's a
that's my
It's a bold
that's my
prediction.
bold prediction for the World Series.
Kedar,
What I
what
hope.
about you?
Well, actually, I want to share this. So I read a story, I think, about 2 or 3 years ago, and it had said in the story that the Kansas City Royals were going to make the World Series within the next, 2 or 3 years. And it actually came true, which is amazing because
How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I never would have expected it, but when you read the story, they really broke down, they're bringing in a lot of guys that are, they're really talented and they're playing as a team. So,
Yeah.
I mean, when you go back and read the story now, it's like, wow, it kind of makes sense and everything fell into place. So,
Yeah, I mean, I might agree with Sam here. I think they might actually sweep in the World Series because, I don't think I've ever seen a team come into the World Series that is this red hot. They have swept, just so we all know, they have swept every single opponent in the World Series. So I really don't think they're going to lose a game here because, when you've swept everyone, the streak has been killed before from other teams. But
They're
I don't think the
very
Royals are gonna lose
very
it.
tough team to beat away and at home. So
Yeah, all right.
I think they're gonna win it all.
All right, Kedar, who do you think is going to win the World Series? Then
yeah,
you think the
Royals.
are gonna take
Royals.
that?
Royals. They're taking it. Hey,
taking
Sports
the
Illustrated
Royals.
said it 2 years ago. I'm saying it now. So,
Okay.
There we go.
All right, so the San Francisco Giants defeated the St. Louis Cardinals last night as well for the NLCS, but they did not finish that series. They have a 3-1 series lead, and it obviously looks like the Giants might actually take this series, even though the Cardinals have been really good. So what do you guys think about this series?
Yeah, I think Cardinals look good against the Dodgers, but I think the Giants. I think Bruce Bochy is probably the best manager in all of baseball. Every time that they've made the postseason recently in 2010 and 2012, they've won the World Series. I think they'll make it back this year, but like we just said, Royals, team of destiny. I just think whoever wins, whether it's the Giants or the Cardinals, they're not beating the Royals.
What about you?
Yeah,
Kedar?
I think the Giants are going to make it interesting once they make it into the World Series, but I just don't see them taking the crown. It's just not going to happen.
I don't see them taking the crown either. I mean, they're a very good baseball team, don't get me wrong. They have great pitching. They have some great hitters. I mean, Pablo Sandoval is a great player.
Yeah.
But I really don't think they're going to shut down the Royals. I mean,
No.
the Royals are just playing like unbelievable baseball.
Yeah.
They're looking like the old Yankees.
That's I don't know about it, but hey, you never know.
That's just my opinion. All right, so moving on from baseball now, we got our last professional sport. Because the NHL has kicked off this week, we got hockey going on. The New Jersey Devils are 3-0. So far, first place in the Metropolitan Division. The New York Rangers are 1-3. And the New York Islanders are also 3-0. And the Devils right now, everyone predicted that they were going to be good, but not this good. So let's get some analysis on this, Sam. I don't know if you watch hockey or not. But
I mean, I'm a Ranger fan, so hearing those statistical breakdowns that we're in last place in that division, it hurts. Coming off that Stanley Cup heartbreak last year, I thought Rangers were going to look real good. I know it's early, but I think the biggest thing is Henrik Lundqvist has just looked mediocre. The King is not looking very royal, to say the least, right now. So I think until they get that fixed, it could be a very long season. But the Devils and Islanders, they look, I mean, again, it's early, but they look as good as they have recently. So
I didn't expect the Islanders to come out and look this good. I mean, they did sign 2 very good defensemen, and then they traded for Johnny Boychuk, and then they traded for Nick Leddy from the Blackhawks.
yeah, he's good.
And they're both
defenseman.
looking great. I mean, I didn't expect them to look that great.
Mm-hmm.
Yaroslav Halak in net from the free agent signing because Nabokov's not around anymore.
Halak is a brick wall.
Halak is looking like
used
a
to be
brick
on the
wall.
Blues. He was pretty good there.
Yeah, he's looking fantastic.
Great and go for the Islanders.
And I think that Devils and Islanders keep up what they're doing. They're both going to go pretty far this year. The Rangers, this was the I don't know how many years it's been. I totally forgot the number, but back-to-back games, Henrik Lundqvist has let in more than 5 goals. And I think that was actually the first time he's done that in his career, actually. But
no words. I don't know what's been going on. I think it's got to be mental. I think he's just got to get his head checked out. But I don't think it'll continue. I think he's too elite of a goalie for this to keep him down the whole year. I mean, slow starts typically happen, especially for the Rangers. But I think give it a few games, he'll be back to the old Henrik that we're used to seeing, and the Rangers will be back in the win column.
All right, Kedar, what do you think about all this?
Well, I will admit I'm not really a huge hockey fan, but I definitely am a fan of our local teams. I do like the Devils. I do like the Rangers. You know, I've watched some of their games, so I'm looking forward to an exciting season by both of the teams. And yeah.
So let's move on to high school sports now. This past Saturday, the boys lost a heartbreaker in football, 2014 to Linden, losing on a fake punt. However, Amendo Thomas ran the ball very well, ran for 2 touchdowns, and had over 100 yards rushing. Yes, the exact number. Yes, here it is. 21 attempts for 174 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He's a beast.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe White went down, and Amendo just came in and said, "I got this."
He just put he just put the team on his back. Is what he did. He carried the load. I mean, he's been doing it all season. I think he's going to continue doing it. I'm really excited to see what he does this Saturday at our homecoming game.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, actually.
That's right. I think, again, our running this whole season has just been outstanding. It's the reason that we're off to one of our best starts in team history. And it was a tough pill to swallow watching us lose that game against Linden.
Yeah, I was doing the public address announcing for that game and watching that from the booth. Like, everyone was just all put our heads down.
Torn out of your chest right there.
I mean, you have to feel like the fake punt was coming, but, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You got to shake it off. I think the boys really need to realize that they got to get angry from this game because they are still a little mad about this game. Mm-hmm. Take that anger into the game against Montgomery. Yeah. Use that against Montgomery and show that you're like motivated to play because Montgomery is one of the top teams in the state.
Yeah. The thing is, don't let that loss bring you down. Let that fuel you. And I think they will. I think that the boys will use that loss to energize them and I think they're really going to want to win in front of hopefully a big, huge crowd this Saturday, and I think they'll get it done.
Yeah.
I actually think that the Raiders learned something here, and this is why I feel like they will fare well in the playoffs. If we look at the statistic, Kyle Phipps for Linden, he had 15 attempts for 25 yards. Now, for those who don't know, he's the best running back in the state of New Jersey. For the Raiders to stop him on that run defense, I mean, that is amazing. We're talking about 11 people. A group of guys that are able to stop the best running back in the state. And I mean, even though they lost the game, I feel like it's a plus here in that category. I feel like the run defense, if they keep playing like that, then they'll definitely be able to, win some more games.
Yeah, I mean, the run defense looked fantastic. I mean, I came into the game expecting Kyle Phipps to have a huge game.
Yeah.
But
as most would expect. I mean, he's the best running back in the state.
yeah, but exactly. But then you see our defense, and like you said, he didn't even have close to 100 yards.
Yeah, nowhere close. Yeah.
So like Linden was forced to throw the ball more. Like they barely gave him the ball because like he wasn't getting anything out of it.
He's averaging less than 2 yards a carry. That's absurd. That's stout defense right there.
So that was a highlight of that because like that just showed that their run defense has really improved from last year.
Yeah.
They were looking really good. And we'll move on from the Linden game because that's over with. We'll go to the Montgomery game this Saturday, homecoming.
Big game.
Always a big
game.
crowd.
That is a big game.
Always a big crowd. They got to get a homecoming win this year. Predictions for the homecoming game against Montgomery, one of the top football teams in the state of New Jersey. Let's get into that.
I think we're gonna win, of course. I mean, we're Scotch Plains, but I think we're gonna be really emotional. I think we're gonna want to win. We're gonna be so hungry for this win that I just don't think our team is gonna find a way to lose. I think we're gonna want it too badly. I think the running defense and the running offense is just playing at such a high level that I think that'll be enough to catapult us to this win over Montgomery.
Yeah, I feel like we have a whole bunch of seniors on this team, and it's homecoming. They really want to go out with a bang, and I feel like they're definitely gonna put forth their best effort, and I feel like we're gonna get the win.
Yeah, I think that we might get this win too because if you look at it, we put up a fight against Linden.
Yeah, we did.
Like we almost beat one of the top teams in the state.
And they're undefeated too.
Yeah, they're still undefeated, and we almost beat them. So you look at Montgomery. I don't think they're undefeated, but they still are.
Good. They're a good team.
They still are one of the top football programs.
Yeah.
Overall, I think that like they're going to be underestimating us, and we got to take advantage of that. So I'm going to take the Raiders in this one because it's homecoming. They're going to have a huge crowd.
Yeah.
And
I think
they usually always have a huge crowd at homecoming. So I think that with that crowd on their back.
Yeah, I think the crowd will have a big impact in this game.
Yeah, they're going to probably. I think that it can lead them to. If they don't win, it's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a great game to watch.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Kedar, you're picking the Raiders too?
Yeah, I'm picking the Raiders. Let's go.
Gotta go with the Raiders.
I know Sam's picking the Raiders here. All right, so moving on from football, we're going to move into boys soccer, who is having a really good season this year.
As always.
And
our boys soccer team is one of the best in the state every single year.
They play Columbia today at the high school. They have clinched the number 1 seed in the Union County tournament, as always. So let's get some predictions for not just today, but the rest of the season, because the county tournament's coming up soon.
Yeah. I think we're going to make mincemeat of Columbia. They're 2-11 this year. I think we're just going to want to have a big win going to get us pumped up for counties.
Yeah.
We got a couple byes before we take on Johnson in the first round of counties. We're going to take care of them, no problem. I think we're going to just cruise through counties. I don't want to make light of it, but I think our team is just too good to lose to any of the competition in the Union County tournament. And I don't want our team to overlook counties, but I think I know, speaking to some of their players, they've wanted this state ring for a long time, and I think that's their ultimate goal.
Yeah, I think that with the way they're looking right now, I think they only have 2 losses, am I correct?
Yeah, 2 losses.
2 losses the entire year, 1 to Plainfield and 1 to
North Hunterdon.
1 to North Hunterdon, yeah, who's also a very good soccer team.
Yeah.
But I think that they're going to take a huge amount of momentum into this county tournament because, yes, really, if you look at it, the one competition they have in this county tournament is Westfield, who always plays us tough. We don't know if we're going to have to play them yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that...
Well, yeah. most
Yeah.
likely the way the bracket is set up, we're the 1 seed, they're the 2 seed. If it all falls the way it's technically supposed to, we would end up playing them in the final for the 3rd time this year. We've got 2 1-0 victories over them. I would probably expect a very similar game.
Exactly.
But
It's a county game too. It's gonna be
exactly,
better.
it's gonna be just as close and physical as every game we always play against them. But I mean, our boys team is too good. I think they're gonna win counties, and I'm hoping they win states too.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping they win. I'm really pulling for them to win states. What about you, Kedar?
Yeah, they need to win states because I really would love to go to a game. You know, we got Raider Nation. I mean, it's going to be so many people there, especially at counties. And, you know, it's just such a good environment to play soccer. And if they were to make it to states, it'd be even better. I mean, the whole school would be there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did beat Westfield last week, by the way. We got to touch up on that. 1-0 on a penalty kick from Zach Lipschitz.
yeah.
And, well, probably one of the best penalty kicks I've ever seen from a high school soccer player
Yeah,
because
great kick.
it seems like he knew that was going
Yeah,
in.
he knew it was going to.
I mean, and lately we've just been dominating every team possession wise. Our team, they're just not even giving the opponents a chance. Even though the scores might not show it, they're close, like 2 goal games. It doesn't show how dominant our boys team has been. They possess the ball almost 90% of the time, which is absurd. And led by sophomore goalie Sean Murray, he 2 shutouts against Westfield. Probably
he came
2 of
out
the
of
big.
nowhere,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
He's had a huge season.
Yeah, Stonewall there in net. So
Even when it got scary against Westfield, like there were some times where we all thought Westfield was going to tie the game, and Sean Murray just basically says, "Nope, I'm just
Yeah.
keeping this lead."
that
Comes
he's-
up and makes a
he's
huge
good.
save.
I'm glad that he's going to be with the team for another 3 years. I'm really excited to see how he's going to grow as a player.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
really pumped to
I am
see him
too.
grow. All right, so now moving on from soccer, let's talk about the girls' tennis team, a new sport we're talking about here on Raider Sports Radio. Girls' tennis team is 12-4, probably one of their best records they've had in a long
Yeah,
time. They
yeah.
beat Westfield,
Wow.
which is a huge win.
Yeah, our girls tennis team, I believe that is the first time ever that they have beaten Westfield in girls tennis, and it just shows they're just playing at such an elite level right now.
Yeah.
And they're not getting a whole lot of love. I know our school, they mostly pay attention to like football and boys soccer, but guys, you can't overlook the girls tennis team. They are unbelievable. Go out and support them. They are playing so good. And you just got to appreciate what they've done this year. 12-4 is unbelievable. One of the best records our girls team has ever had.
Yeah, that's one thing I really like. I just couldn't believe that they had that great of a record because like I don't really follow girls tennis that much, but looking at that, like you just realize how good they've improved.
Yeah.
Like they've improved.
Yeah, they
a
went
lot
from one of
since
the
past few years.
one of the worst teams in the conference last year to one of the best teams this year. Complete
Yeah.
180.
I think
Wow.
if they keep this up, they're going to definitely go far in the state tournament.
Oh yeah,
They
definitely.
definitely will.
So yeah, Kedar, what can we get your thoughts on
Oh
this
yeah.
too?
So I honestly believe like we're gonna have a really good state tournament with the girls tennis, and like I said, you know, I'm also not really a huge fan of girls tennis or tennis in general, but I mean, seeing this really makes me want to like, you know, go to the games and give out more support.
Yeah,
So
makes you seeing them how good they're doing. You just want to go watch, and you want to be a part of this quite historic run that they've been on this year.
All right, gotta love our high school sports, right? And our Lady Raiders. For Lady Raiders soccer, the only undefeated team left in the high school, they have only allowed 2 goals the entire
Yeah.
season.
yeah, that's
Talk
amazing.
about domination.
Talk about domination is right. They did tie Westfield the other day, which is not terrible because they still are undefeated. But I think that with how the girls been playing, they look like they're going to win counties and really go far in states this year.
Oh,
They can really
yeah.
keep this domination up.
Yeah.
I really haven't seen them play this well in a while. Like,
Yeah, you
they're-
know the way our school works, and the way the country works in general. All the boys' sports, they get all the love, but our girls' team, they need support because
Yeah.
what they're doing is just unbelievable. 2 goals the whole season, like that's unheard of. Led by Tori Baliatico.
She's doing a great
Yeah,
job there.
she's amazing.
killing them. Yeah.
She's
She
too
had
good.
she had 2 goals in I think it was 2 minutes. This past game against GL, they traveled to Kinnelon today. They're gonna probably destroy them.
Yeah.
But I think our girls team, they're definitely gonna win counties. They're probably one of the best teams in the state, and I really hope I really hope we get 2 state rings this year out of both our soccer teams.
That'd be one of the best performances I've seen from any team in all my years here.
Yeah.
What about you?
Same thing, yeah. These girls have been so dominant. I mean, counties are a lock. I think we're winning that. And states, I mean, I know there's a few good teams out there, but I just don't see anyone beating us. I mean, we're so dominant. Who's gonna be able to
we're
stop
killing
us?
it.
Yeah, I think we're going to do really well this year as well. Our final high school sport, our boy Kedar over here is on varsity cross country. Can you give us some cross country talk?
Yeah, actually, it's really early in the season, so not much has happened yet. But we have won all our dual meets, especially against Westfield, and Westfield has some amazing cross-country runners. So it's really refreshing to see that Coach Mr. Cagle was really able to pull the team together and win the dual meets. So right now we're gonna get in the conference and then county meets. So hopefully we'll do well from there, and I think we could also win a state championship, perhaps, because we do have a strong team. It's a very deep squad led by Joe Zubek, and I think we're gonna have a good year.
Yeah, the cross country team. I saw that they beat Westfield in the Raider Nation Facebook group, and I was like, "Whoa, look, we beat Westfield again!" Because we've beat Westfield in pretty much almost every matchup we played them in this year, besides the one girls soccer tie.
Yeah, that's
so. I mean, you look at that, like we're dominating Westfield right now. I mean,
and that feels good. Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, that feels good, man.
Joe Zubak, he's really emerged as one of the top cross-country runners in all the state, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely, I mean, I see no reason why he shouldn't be all-state. He's a great runner. I mean, this kid has been dropping time since freshman year. It's amazing. I mean, it's just such an amazing thing to watch someone run. I mean, you see, like, he has a short, small stature, but, I mean, he's a tiger on the track. He just goes out and he dominates. So
yeah, kid can run.
Yeah,
blows
he can
people
run.
away.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
I've never seen him run, but I hear he's fantastic.
Yeah, he definitely is.
All right, and now to close out the show today, because we usually close it out with our interview with an athlete, but that was in the beginning of the show. So we'll move to our Raider Nation update with our boy Sam Mahler over here. What do you got for us today?
Yeah, Raider Nation has been amazing lately. We've been getting a lot of attention on social media. Some very popular student section Twitter pages have been giving us shout-outs. It's a great feeling to know that we're being appreciated by these pretty well-recognized Twitter pages. This week is Spirit Week. We got USA Today, rocking our USA Pride. That's right, I love to see it. Show that pride today at our boys soccer game against Columbia. That's at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow, Raider Pride Day. Obviously, I want to see everyone Raider Pride. And then Saturday's the big day. We got Homecoming and Raider Fest. What we're doing for Raider Nation, we are selling pink powder so we can throw it up at the Homecoming game on Saturday. That is $2. I encourage everyone to buy it. And all the profits go to breast cancer awareness because, as you know, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So that's that. Raider Nation, it's rocking. Everyone come out Saturday, Homecoming, buy some pink powder.
Yeah. Support that breast cancer, people.
That's right.
Support that cause. All right, and that about wraps up the show. I'm Brett Mayerson.
I'm Kedar Carrington.
Sam Mahler.
And we'll see you next week. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.